Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is about 1/3 of the way through June and I have not finished a single physical book this month. I finished a bunch of audiobooks because it was the end of the school year, so I put audiobook on to clean up my classroom, and I've been doing a lot of little projects at home. I've been doing that, and I did also finish an ebook. However, I really have some physical books that I want to read. But before I can do that, I need to finish this book, The Turn-Glass. I have already finished the first side, so I'm currently working on the second side. I am 22 pages into it, and I believe it's just over 200 pages. So I think this is doable to get done today. And then the ebook that I'm currently reading, I also really want to get done. I am 45% of the way into this book, West with Giraffes, and I'm really enjoying the storytelling of it so far. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I knew the general premise, but there is this forward and back in time of you really feel like the story is being told to you, which I'm really enjoying. But because I have so many physical books I want to get to this month, and I was hoping June would be the month that I can finish my physical TBR, we will have to see. I need to work on the Turn-Glass. So I think on this dreary morning, it has been thunderstorming and raining and just overall dreary weather for the last 3 days. So I think I can get to at least page 100 in this before I switch and either read my other book or decide to finish this one off. So I will check in when I have an update, but let's get to reading and see if I can tackle my June TBR. And this isn't even off my June TBR. This is the one that I started at the end of May for my May TBR. So let's get reading. So I just finished the second side of The Turn-Glass, and this was such a good book. It intertwines both sides together of the book so well, and there was things that I was thinking were true but weren't true. It was very, very good, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I finally read it. But now it is time for me to go pick up another physical book. I am so glad I got this done, and I think the next one I'm going to pick up is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. So I'm going to go grab that off my shelf, put this one away or on my desk because I need to journal about it, and then I will check in when I have another update. It is the morning of Friday, and I haven't quite completely gotten ready for the day yet. I just put my contacts in. Yesterday, I ended up sitting down and reading the entirety of Bride. I just got sucked in, and before I knew it, I was like 200 pages in, and I didn't want to put it down. So I am going to go out and buy the sequel to Bride today, or that's at least the plan. But before I do that, because the bookstores are not open yet, I'm going to keep working on my ebook, West with Giraffes, because I didn't read it at all yesterday because I got so sucked into Bride. So I'm going to read this. I'm 45% of the way through. I'm hoping to hit about 60 and then go pick up that new book. But I'm not allowing myself to read it quite yet. I think I'm going to read something else off of my TBR, my June TBR first, because I really want to read the sequel to When the Moon Hatched, and I know that probably will be a pretty fast read because I read When the Moon Hatched in like 2 days. So I think that's my reading plan for today, and those will also help me get towards my reading goals for June. So let's get reading, and I will check in when I have something to update. So I got to 64% of the way through West with Giraffes, but the stores are now open, so I'm gonna go get ready for the day, run a couple errands, and then I'm gonna come back and finish this off. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I will check in with you later. I am back from the bookstore and I'm going to continue reading West with Giraffes so I can finish this book up today and then start my next book, which I already grabbed. My next book I'm going to read is The Ballad of Fallen Dragons, which is the sequel to When the Moon Hatched. I really want to get that one done. It came out in May and I'm really excited to read it. So that is my next read after I finish the last 35% of this. We are now halfway through the month of June and I am currently working on The Ballad of Fallen Dragons. I am, I think, about 50 pages in, just under 50 pages in, and it's taken me a while to get back into the story because it has been about a year since I read the first book in this. And there is a lot of character perspective, so I had to remember who everyone is. I am starting to remember where a couple of the characters left off, but I also don't feel like I'm really into this story yet, so I'm hoping that it will pick the pace back up a little bit. The first one of this I read in like 2 days, and this one is definitely not that for me. But I'm gonna continue chugging through this. I do like that the chapters are fairly short, so it's easy to like get to my next checkpoint or like want to keep going of like, oh, I can read a little bit more. And then I'm also reading on my Kindle The Girl and the Lake, or The Girl in the Lake. This is a newer Amazon First Reads one. I think it was for May, so it had a June release date. So these two are two of the last books I need to finish my Herkyed 2.0 challenge before Herkyed 3 starts in July, which I'm very excited about. And then I have one more book to finish for 2, and I'm just waiting for that audiobook to come available on my Libby. So that is all of my current reading plans right now. So I think what I'm going to do is try to get to page 100 in this morning before I head to the gym, and then maybe read this outside a little bit later when it warms up a tiny bit. It's a little bit breezy out there this morning, which makes reading a physical book not as enjoyable, but I'm going to get to reading and I will check in later. So I got just over page 100 in The Ballad of Falling Dragons, and I got ready for the gym, so I'm gonna head out there in about 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna chill for this next amount of time, and then when I get back from the gym, then I will resume reading. I think my goal for today is to get close to 300 pages into this book, because then I'll be around halfway. I think a little over 300 pages is a little over halfway, but I want to make progress on this book to hopefully have it done by this weekend. It is Monday right now, and I think that is a reasonable goal because I have so many other books that I want to read, so I do not want to have this book holding me back. So I'll check in when I get back from the gym. I just finished The Ballad of Falling Dragons, so I only have 2 more books that I need to finish Herkyed, and then I also want to read more of my physical TBR. These 4 books are 4 books that I still want to read in the month of June. There are 10 days left, so let's see how much more I can get read in June. There are 7 days left in June, and I have 3 books that I still would like to finish. I have my audiobook that's currently going, and I have about an hour left of that audiobook. On my Kindle, I am reading Automatic Noodles, which is a novella, so hopefully it'll be pretty short. I am 9% of the way in, so not very far, and the writing style is quite boring right now, and I don't know if that's intentional because they're robots, but I think this one's going to take me a little bit to get into. And then the last book that I would like to get done before the end of June is one I have not started yet. It is Lark Ascending. If I can get more of my physical TBR, my June TBR done, that would be great. But this would make me have at least half of that TBR done. So we will see how much reading I can get done today. I am just going to take it easy and read. So that is my plan for now. I will check in when I have some updates. It is a very, very dreary morning, and I think today's goal is to finish 2 books. The first one I want to finish is on my Kindle, Automatic Noodle, and then I also want to finish Lark Ascending. Once I finish these 2, I have 2 library books that I put on hold. One is very large, so I need to get started on that one. The other one's very short, so I'll wait probably until July to start that one. So that is my plan for this morning. Not like I can really do anything outside today because it is just very wet because it rained last night and very dreary. So all I want to do is curl up and read. So that's what I am going to do. It is the end of June, and thank you so much for watching my June read with me. I'm hoping to make a July read with me and start my next round of Hercule. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.